for most of us, I don't know if you heard it before, we're hearing it first, like at the rehearsal. Camera's not on, everything's just chilling. But Mandy, because she's focused, man, she gets down and she's like, just starts doing it the way that she's going to do it on the day. Everybody, we all looked at each other like, guys, what just happened? Like, my face was so wet. Makeup was so jacked up. I was like, I'm not supposed to be messing this stuff up yet. But because that kernel had been germinating for 6 years.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all took this song, put it in her mouth with lyrics to it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we come to find out that the theme is the theme for a reason.
Yeah.
And it is because it is this song called
The Forever Now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'd like to think there was a plan all along that one day it would become this, and I don't know what Dan had envisioned, if he knew. And because I think Dan had a lot of the series mapped out early on.
Yeah.
But I don't think in that moment when he's writing the pilot script, he's like, okay,
and then
Rebecca's going to sing The Forever Now.
But
This is the beauty of it.
The reverse engineering in of itself is magic.
Yeah. And that's what's the magic of the show, is that we allowed sort of these ideas, whatever they may be. Like Dan allows the creativity to sort of like to blossom in its own sort of way. Do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. And we will find ways to They will find another, they'll have a purpose later on in some way. They work out in their own sort of way. It's just there's so much trust involved in the whole process.
Right.
And then it was an organic thing that built over time. So I remember first and how I wrote that theme. Amy and I, my wife Amy, we were we'd gone away on a trip. I forgot where we were, some Mexico or somewhere.
Okay.
And I brought my guitar with me. This is back in the day when I would actually bring my guitar on vacation with me.
Not anymore? Not anymore?
Not anymore. With the kids, it just stops.
I feel you.
So much stuff stops. And this is right when right when the show got picked up to Sirius.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the beach, and I played this thing over and over again.
With this guitar?
With this guitar.
Give the little anecdote about what this guitar is. It's so fascinating to people who are listening right now.
Right before this got picked up to Sirius, I was in Vermont. My wife is from Vermont, and we went into some like antique store.
Got some syrup.
Got some syrup.
At the cash register.
Yeah, at the cash register. Yeah, of course.
Keep it
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Different grade options.
That's right. Dark, light.
Dark, light. Yeah. I always would look for instruments at any of these places because inevitably somebody leaves something that they think is like crappy or it probably is, and it's for sale. And I see this guitar, the one I'm holding right now. It's a silver tone, and it was on sale for like $25.
Yeah,
either 25 or 50.
That's so crazy.
Somewhere around there. I think it was actually I think it was 50. And it was like beaten up. And if I turn this around, if you see there's a crack on the back.
Crack on the back.
Okay. There's a crack here.
Straight up the back. Yeah.
And it's not in good shape. And I started playing it, and I was like, this has got a vibe. And I liked the vibe of it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep this. I'm going to get it. It's like a cheap guitar. And this ended up becoming the guitar for the entire show, for the score. Because it just had this, it had these strings that had not been changed for 10 years. And I still haven't changed these strings. These strings are the original strings from when I bought the guitar.
No way.
So now they're probably like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And that's that dead sound of the strings is coming from those same strings. I'm not changed these strings once. So I brought this with me to our trip to Mexico.
Yeah.
And I remember as a joke, I was always like, I grew up on like those like 80s theme songs.
Yeah.
You know, we all did, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I remember just sitting there as a joke and be like, as first thing that came to me was, da da da, this is us. Bum, da da dum, this is us. I would do this as a joke, and Amy would be like, "Shut
Stop
up!"
it.
And I was like, as a joke, I'd be like, "Can you imagine like if this is like we go straight up like." You know, and all of a sudden it's like you see you guys at freeze frame.
Totally.
Can you please just do that one more time, but just sing "That Was Us"?
Okay.
So we have the audio.
No. That was us. Da 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 dum. Da da dum. That was us. So it actually started off as a joke. I was just sitting, and I was like, "This had." And also, I tuned this guitar in a way. This is not standard tuning. This is not your normal sort of E A D G whatever B E. But this is in a Nick Drake, Joni Mitchell-ish tuning, open tuning. So that's why it has this like ring that is like the voicings are different than you would normally hear, and. Because in my mind, I was also starting to think about Joni Mitchell. I was thinking about Nick Drake, Sufjan Stevens. All these artists were...
For any musical people listening, what is the tuning?
I don't even know.
Great.
Yeah.
So take that, musical people listening.
I don't even know.
He was tuning the guitar before we got to the episode. And he's like, I hope these strings don't break.
That's all it was. Here are the notes. If somebody wants to steal them, go.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Okay.